So let's talk to Steve and Lisa now. Same question to both of you. Steve, first of all, what is it about Bowie?
I just think it's this sort of magical mystery which sort of will capture sort of youthful audiences with his back catalogue and to his present-day album, which to me is worthy of winning last night's Brit Award. And also, it's he draws in that youth audience all the time. I mean, I was banned from school at 12 having bright orange hair. I think that's going to go on for ages.
Yeah. Lisa, what about you? Is it the mystery, the reinvention that is the key?
I think like he's always kind of beat to his own drum, so it's never something that's going to particularly date because it was never something that was tied to the time anyway. So like, as long as people are influenced by him, which they always are, then he's going to always seem relevant. And
the Brit Award is not a long service medal, it's deserved in your view.
We had a great vibe about this. We thought, would he show up at such a star-studded pop thing? That's not David Bowie's style. He'd come to something much more lower key, like a Visage gig.
Yeah. And of course, in terms of the look, you've been very important behind the scenes and in front of the scenes with David Bowie.
Yeah, I mean, I helped a lot on the Victorian Album Museum thing, but before that, in my youth, it was an honour to be asked to style the Ashes to Ashes video and pick all the extras and dress all the extras, and that was just, it was like working with him and staying friends with him was just an honour.
And without Bowie, no Mark Bolan, no Boy George, no lots of people.
So many people. I feel like, he's had so many obviously different reinventions that like his influence is just so wide-spanning that like you can kind of take three incredibly different groups that have like no similarities at all and all trace it back to different eras of Bowie. Like, I don't think kind of anyone is really not influenced.
No Lady Gaga, there she is, Just Dance.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think his influences, I don't think they wouldn't be them. I think they're, his characters have influenced everyone that's growing up and will carry on to do so, with people from all ages growing up, so younger generations now. I think he'll carry on with his back catalogue.
News Talk Live viewers have been on our Facebook page. We asked them 3 words to describe David Bowie. Carl McCarthy says, A, living legend. Rachel Catherine, eccentric, strange, amazing, sort of what you were saying there. Sarah Williams-Rooker, my absolute hero. Well, that's another important aspect, isn't it? I mean, so many people idolised him through the teen years.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I
think, well, someone that's kind of that much like almost an outsider and someone that kind of inspires you to just have your own identity and have something like that. It's always going to be someone that kids especially relate to because it allows you to be whatever you want to be.
This was the one for me, this album, Let's Dance, which is what?
You were a latecomer there.
Yeah. I'm not that old. But that was such a great album.
It was a great album, but don't forget there'd been Ziggy Stardust, there'd been Aladdin Sane, there'd been Low, so he'd gone through all the periods of Germany and, working with Eno, working with Lou Reed and Iggy Pop and producing albums for them as well, not just his own self as well. And he's always been a very clever magpie, which we mustn't forget, and he admits that as well. So, I mean, it's not me being, like, controversial by saying that. He actually is the first to say, I zone into sort of certain youth projects and take the best out of it, and that's what he did with us in the New Romantics.
I'm not giving away state secrets here, Steve, but I think Lisa's younger than us.
Much.
So, Lisa, were you drawn to the old stuff first of all, or the newer stuff?
I mean, like, as someone that everyone kind of has around the household, I had quite a musical family, and it was always around. Like, I guess kind of. Obviously, you hear, Let's Dance and Ashes to Ashes and things like that, and they're the ones that you're always kind of going to be exposed to first, but then, like, kind of getting back into the Berlin trilogy and things like that is kind of like, you kind of, as you get your own musical identity, then you kind of go through his phases and the more, like, interesting elements.
Just a quick one, Steve. Do you think he'll ever retire?
There's been lots of reports about up-and-coming gigs, and I don't think they are, like last night, coming to the Brits. That was never on the cards. I think he'll always be. Whoever did the marketing ploy for the next day, I think, needs to be given a Genius Award. I mean, that ploy was just incredible.
Yeah. Steve, we've got to leave it there, but Steve Strange and Lisa Wright, thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Live. Great story.